Welcome to 5 Truth Singles. This host story is from Audrey Kearns and was recorded at DragonCon 2013 in Atlanta. The theme of the evening was There Goes My Hero. Pop culture pros tell real-life stories of good and evil.
Everybody hates to go first, so I'm going to go ahead and go first and tell a little story about this wonderful man, a good man, through and through, down to the core of him, and about when I met him and how I made... It's not you, honey, I'm sorry. And how when I met him, I made a complete ass out of myself. His name is Nathan Fillion. And I'm getting nervous just talking about him. I'm sorry, honey. His name's Nathan Fillion. The time is right when Serenity came out. And a friend of ours wrote a script and wanted to hear it out loud, and he happens to be friends with Nathan Fillion. So he invited Nathan over to do the reading. He asked Brian to do a character, and Brian said, yeah, and he asked me to read stage directions, which is really important, people. So, and I said, yeah, you know, and I was really excited, and I was telling Brian how excited I am because Nathan Fillion, he's such a great actor. He's got such great comic timing, and he's incredible dramatic skills, and he's super freaking hot. But I only told Brian about the dramatic skills thing. So we go, and I'm thinking, what am I gonna say to him? Because I always like a routine. I have to have a play-by-play of everything I do. I said, okay, so I'm gonna meet him, and I never get starstruck. I don't get starstruck. I met George Clooney one time, and it was really neat, but I didn't freak out or anything. So I knew that I would be like super smooth when I met Nathan Fillion. And I was like, okay, so what do I say to him? Okay, I'm gonna say, you're a great actor, you make a wonderful hero, thank you. Because that's what artists do to each other, they say thank you, and that way he'll know I'm legit. So, the time comes, and we go over and we do the reading. There's really no introductions at the beginning, and I read the shit out of those stage directions. I mean, it did really good. And afterwards, it's my chance to meet Nathan Fillion, so it's mingling and refreshments. So I make my way over there, go say hi, and I get, right at the very end, I get cut off by this girl. And she looks at Nathan Fillion and she goes, "Are you dating anyone?" And I was just thinking, oh my God, how rude. How impolite. I mean, this is a professional setting. What an amateur. And then I proceeded to stand there to hear what his answer was gonna be. And he said, no, he wasn't dating. And that's when my marriage started to crumble in my mind.
I'm right here.
And so I was waiting for amateur hour to be over. And so it was finally my turn, and he's standing in the hallway of this house. It's a really small house, and it's just a normal hallway. And so I start walking over there. I'm gonna go say, hi, I'm Audrey, and I get cut off again. Damn it! But I had to keep walking. It was kind of like shaking somebody's hand, and they don't shake yours, so you go like this. So I had to pretend I meant to go to the hallway. And so I just walked straight up to the owner's wall of family pictures and pretended I was interested in him. Just looking at the family pictures, waiting for this other conversation to get over, and then all of a sudden, this is what I hear. Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm like, what? And I turn around, and it's Nathan Fillion. He came over to me, and he introduced himself to me, and he had his hand out to shake my hand. Once again, I could hear my marriage crumbling. But this is what happened in like 1 second in my head. It's like, oh my God, this isn't part of the plan. I had a routine. I had something I was going to say. This is not how it's supposed to work. He wasn't supposed to come up to me. Oh my God, he's tall. He's as tall as me. Holy shit, people are never as tall as I am. That's really cool. Oh, if he's tall, that means Zoe and Jane are really tall too. That's interesting. Oh, Audrey, stay on target. You've got to say something to him. Stay on target. Remember, good actor, great hero, thank you. And this is what comes out of my mouth as I shake his hand. Hi. I'm Audrey, and you're my hero. And I swear to God, his pupils dilated as if a crazy person alarm went off in his head. And I realized what I said, and I said, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here. And the only way to get out of here is actually just to turn and leave, even though you're shaking his hand. So I just, mid-shake, I just turn around to leave, and I did what I've done many times in my life. I walked right into the wall. The wall of family photos. So this is what Nathan, we're the only two people in the hallway, okay? So he did see me walk into the wall. So I'm standing like this, and he's here, and so this is what I do because I'm so embarrassed, like I think he can't see me. I start walking sideways. Down the hallway until there was an opening, which was the bathroom, and I stepped in the bathroom and closed the door, sat in the toilet, and was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? You have to rectify this. You have to make this good. You have to make this better. Okay, I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna join a conversation. He's gonna know I'm smart. And, because that was what was important to me. And so I do. I go out there and he's having a conversation with a few people, and I walk right into that conversation. And he was in the middle of saying something like, yeah, I used to deliver singing telegrams for money when I was younger. And I said, oh yeah? Well, I used to dress up like a blowfish for $75. Which is true. And the pupil dilation thing happened again. And at that point, I turned around to leave again. Well, actually, I did this kind of thing where you know, and kind of turn like that. And I just gave up. And we were driving home, and for some reason it was a really quiet drive home. And then and finally Brian says, you know I was right there. You do realize that I was standing right next to you and you're falling apart all over this man. And at that moment, I realized that he had been standing next to me because I had no idea.
And again, I'm right here, right now.
And so, you know, the only thing I have going for me, I guess, is that Nathan Fillion meets so many people. You know, he's not going to remember this 6-foot-tall girl that walked into a wall and walked sideways down the hall and then used to work as a blowfish for money. And that did not sound how I meant it to sound. But now that I say that out loud, he may remember that. That's pretty darn specific. So I got that going for me right now. And I love my husband. He's my hero.